Kí ni orúkọ yín?
Orúkọ tèmi ni Ìyánífà Ìfàbóyèdé Ajisebo Abimbola. Oníyẹ̀kánná owó mi ìjàta, ìrìgì mi ìjòbì, ìrìgì jòbìjòbì tán, kó tó mọ tí àìdá. Iná fífún ní tòdìn, iná fífún ní tòfòróró. Adífá fún Ajisebo, tí sọmọ bíbí inú àgbọ̀nì rẹ̀ gún. Tó fún ló t'Ajisebo, ńlẹ̀ s'Ajisebo mọ́. Àní mo ṣe nígbà tó pẹ̀yìn ẹ̀dá. Tọ́lọ́mọ f'Ajisebo, ńlẹ̀ s'Ajisebo mọ́. Àní mo ṣe nígbà tó pẹ̀yìn ẹ̀dá. Ajogun gbogbo tọ́lọ́mọ f'Ajisebo, ńlẹ̀ s'Ajisebo mọ́. Àní mo ṣe nígbà tó pẹ̀yìn ẹ̀dá. Àṣẹ. It means that by doing Ebo every single day, all the negative things of life will run away, and people who knew you before will be looking at you with their mouths open. They couldn't close it. They won't recognize you anymore. My name is Iyanifa Ajisebo Abimbola. I'm Professor Abimbola's wife. I'm an Iyanifa. I'm Asoju Esin Atiasa Yoruba. A post that was given to me by the Oni of Ife from Orisha world. I've been practicing Yoruba religion for a long time, since before I met my husband. And I'm on the road to becoming a Nigerian. Right now I have what we consider like a permanent visa. So I live here part of the time. I live in my home country, the United States, part of the time. And we have Institute of Ifa Heritage here in Oyo, where we invite students to come and learn free of charge from all the great history of Ifa literary corpus and Yoruba indigenous medicine, Yoruba indigenous knowledge, because this is a great history that we don't want to see disappear into the wasteland of colonialism. In Ifa, there's the concept of Ori, which is one's inner destiny. So when one is drawn to something, you begin to learn little by little what it is. And in the United States, when one is faced constantly by issues of injustice and racism and poverty and sexism, you begin to look more and more to try and find out why and what's the spiritual reason behind it and the spiritual resistance that one can do against it. And I think even today, practicing Ifa is a deep, deep religion. We believe it, we do it every day. It's not just an empty prayer, but it's something we do. And it's also a form of spiritually resisting the oppression that has been going on for so many hundreds of years all over the world. I know even among my comrades here and in the United States, in Cuba, and people who practice Orisha and Ifa worship all around the world, and even people who practice other forms of indigenous religion that are not Yoruba. We are doing various ebos and sacrifices and whatever works people know how to do to try and ensure the return of those girls. I personally am feeding my Orishas. I am begging Ogun to ensure that the girls are returned safely, that whatever needs to happen, that justice may be served, let it happen. The girls need to be protected. They're still children. They need Oshun's motherly hands to be with them. We're asking all of the Orishas to bring them home. People are doing ebos all around the world so that Nigeria can find peace, so that the girls can be brought home safely, so that while they're in the process of this horrific abduction, they may not suffer too much trauma. so that their families and their mothers especially may not be in this state of perpetual grief for their children when all they were trying to do was get a better life for them and send them to school. Can you imagine your child? You just sent them to school and this is the result. It breaks one's heart to think that as a parent that could happen to your child. So people are doing works for it. We are putting the best of the ashe that we have into that effort. But so we can chantify, we can do ebo for it, but it may not hold the same power that it could have if some other people were the ones to come and ask for it.
So far, you've been in African traditional religion. Now it will be how many years?
25 or so. It works. It's real. You can, if I can tell you stories, your mind would be blown away of the real results you can see when you develop a relationship with the Orishas and you see what they can do in your life when you serve them with a faithful heart and you're not looking for any kind of reward or self-aggrandizement or anything like that. You just serve the Orishas because you want the Orishas to empower you to live your life to its greatest destiny. And you beg the Orishas to help you be able to do that. And in the process, they can help make your life better. You can do things better than you were able to do them before. I can tell you stories about sickness that have disappeared. So many stories that we don't have time for here, but there's no question. Ifa works. You don't have to just sit and say prayers endlessly and wait for your answer in heaven.